Welcome into Eminem Presents the SOS Pod. That's for Morgan, aka the State of Sports Podcast. I got the normal crew today. I'm sure John Smith, who is still hanging out here, will be making an appearance in the background. Hence the mess in the back of the room. It's not my fault; it's his fault. I just refuse to accept blame for anything. But Nick, how you doing today, man?
Good.
Good.
I guess.
You guess. Well, that's great. We had a fun time last night, though, so that was cool. We'll talk about that. Had a good weekend. And Morgan, how you living down there in Georgia?
I'm all right. Just thinking about my father. He just had a dear friend of his pass, and just wanted to let you know, Dad. Thinking of you. Love you.
Yeah. Sorry about your loss, Ken. You know, Les was a great guy. A couple times I met him. So, yeah. Definitely sorry for your loss. The subject tonight will be the 1997 Florida Marlins versus the 2003 Florida Marlins. Who is the better World Series team? But before we get to that, let's talk about a man who was part of the Marlins organization during the 03 World Series. Miguel Cabrera hit his 500th home run.
Hey.
Yeah. 400-footer.
Man always knew destined for greatness as soon as you saw him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, it's really rare to see a lot guys still getting 500 home runs. I feel like we had a run in the 90s and 2000s, and then
him and Pujols are the only active players right now.
Yeah, which is great. It's crazy.
I can't believe he's only at 500. That's just
first time it's happened since David Ortiz.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he's 6 non-U.S. born player. He's the first from Venezuela, and he's one of 9 with 500 homers and over a 300 average.
Bro, he's
so good.
He's
been one of my favorite players since I saw him.
He's the definition of a professional hitter.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
I saw too that he's 45 hits short of being the 6th player ever to be 500 home run and 3,000 hits.
Damn, good for him.
He'll get that.
Yeah, if not this year, by next year for sure. But hopefully it's this year. So what a season! 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. Think he retires if he gets that?
I mean, he's 39.
Yeah,
40?
He's pretty.
No,
old.
He's definitely over 40. Actually,
is he?
Yeah, he's because him and Pujols are both over 40.
Jamie, would you look that up?
I think 40, 41.
What is Jack even in the background for if he's not going to look up stats?
Apparently, he's using the restroom right now.
Hold on, I can do quick math because I think I wrote down his age in my notes.
Oh, there you go.
This
is great television.
2003, so what is that, 18 years, 38?
38? Nah, he's still got a year or two left if he wants to.
Yeah, that's right. That math checks out.
For the Detroit Tigers. Speaking of Detroit, I watched the Malice in the Palace documentary.
That was a really well done documentary.
Have you got a chance to watch it yet?
No.
All right, we'll save that for next week. Morgan's got homework this week.
I don't do homework.
It was really good.
You'll do it.
Well.
Here we are, folks. We're going to get into it. The 1997 Florida Marlins versus the 2003 Florida Marlins. I apologize for my voice, so I'm glad I have the week off because my voice is shot to shit. I had a wedding I went to Thursday night. I had a karaoke session. I went Friday night for Nick and his wife's 30th birthday. Shout out Sarah. And then yesterday, Nick and I spontaneously said, let's all go to a fucking Red Sox game.
Yeah.
So
they got shellacked.
We'll get to the Red Sox later.
We'll talk about those fucking idiots.
They're as bad as my Cubs.
I can't even tell you how many times watching the game I was just like, these guys stink.
Morgan, what you just said is so disrespectful.
To the Cubs, I know.
It's Morgan, fair. All right. So how do you find, gentlemen, 97 Marlins, 03 Marlins? Who would like to go first? Who do you volunteer as tribute?
Let's go by the years.
Boom. Morgan.
All right. So the 97 Marlins, manager Jim Leland. I didn't remember that at all. Not that I remember much of the 97 World Series. I'll just run down a few starters. Charles Johnson, Craig Counsell, Jeff Conine, Edgar Renteria, Bobby Bonilla, Moises Alou, Gary Sheffield.
Legends.
Pitchers they had Levon Hernandez, Kevin Brown, Al Leiter, Alex Fernandez, and Rob Nen. Coming off the bench, they also had Cliff Floyd.
They did. Yep, they traded for him that year from the Expos.
Yeah. So 4 years in, this team won a World Series into the franchise's history. Crazy. They finished second in the division of the Braves, who won 100 and bunch of games again. 92 and 70 for the Marlins. Had a hell of a run through the playoffs. Their first 2 playoff games, they won on walk-offs against the Giants. And then they ended up going 7 games with the Indians in the World Series, which they also walked off. Which, is there anything better than walking off a World Series win?
No.
There can't be. That's got to be one of the greatest feelings ever.
Oh, for sure. Edgar Renteria right up the middle. Boom.
The young Lebron Hernandez, 22, crowned NLCS MVP and World Series MVP. He was 4-0 over the playoffs. He had, in the NLCS, he had a, where is it? Hold on. No, not that one. He had a 100, he threw, which game? There it is. He 9 innings, 3 hits, 15 Ks, and 143 pitches.
That is absurd.
And that was his first playoff start. Everything else, he was coming out of the bullpen before that.
Pretty impressive.
It's insane. And to think they were 12 and 15 in September, so they were cold going into the playoffs, and then they got hot going somehow into the playoffs, and they were the first ever wild card team to win a World Series. And it was the 3rd time in history a Game 7 went to extras in the World Series.
Damn.
So
pretty impressive opening argument right there. Sounds like a solid squad 4 years in. Got, Mr. Gary Sheffield himself on that squad as well, which is, legend. But let's get the intro for the 03 Marlins. A little more recent to date. Beat Nick's former favorite team, the New York Yankees, in the World Series, if I recall.
They did. Yeah, it was the 100th anniversary of the World Series that year. It was only the 99th World Series, though, because of the
lockout year.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, they started the season horribly. They were, what is it here? Yeah, hold on one second. I fucking fucked up my things. Yeah, they were 16 and 22 when they first started the season. They fired their manager, Jeff Torberg, and ended up pulling McKeon out of retirement, who was retired for 2 years, and he brought them afterwards 75 and 49 under him to make it to the playoffs as a wild card. And then they faced the dominant Yankees that year. I think they went, they were 101 and 61 on the season. Marlins ended up finishing 91 and 71. Just a super good Yankees team, but also the Marlins team was really good too. They had just a couple players. I mean, you had a Hall of Famer, Ravon Rodriguez. Now,
and future Hall of Famer, Miggy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially after today. Yeah, you had Derek Lee, Luis Castillo, Mike Lowell.
Red Sox legend.
Yep. You had Beckett.
Another guy. Sox.
And Dontrell Willis, the D-Train.
D-Train.
And the Yankees just really couldn't handle them in the World Series. They ended up beating them in 6 games.
Yep.
And yeah, it was a good year.
Your man Joe Buck had a great quote at the end of that World Series.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he did. I know how much you love Joe Buck.
I don't like Joe Buck.
That's something for another day.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, by the way.
So how do you mention the 03 Marlins and not mention Juan Pierre or Juan Encarnacion?
I just named a couple players. I wasn't going through all of them yet.
Those were probably the first 2 I think of, especially Juan Pierre.
Yeah, Juan Pierre's good, obviously.
Juan Pierre.
Juan Pierre was the heart of that team.
Josh Beckett stands out to me that season.
That's true. Beckett had a good year.
He had an okay World Series.
He was the World Series MVP.
I mean, yeah.
Sarcasm.
And yeah, I mean, Dontrell Willis sticks out to me too. His Rookie of the Year season.
Yeah.
Not over, but it was also Miguel Cabrera's rookie season.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, they won a lot of awards that year.
Yeah.
So Mike Lowell won Silver Slugger. 2 players on their teams got Golden Gloves, Derek Lee and Luis Castillo. And they got Manager of the Year, Jack McKeon, oldest manager ever win a World Series, I think, and win that award with his 75 and 49 record. Yeah, especially being 2 years out of the game.
Yeah. Morgan, does that 97 Marlins team have any accolades that can?
So the only accolade, which makes it harder because they only had one award winner, and it was a Gold Glove, and it was their catcher Charles Johnson. So they only had one award winner, which that team I think was far less talented. They just came together at the end and
They have
put
a
it
lot
together.
of players.
No Hall of Famers.
No Hall of Famers.
All right. First off, Gary Sheffield should be a Hall of Famer.
Gary Sheffield's on there.
Come on.
Moises Alou was great. Edgar Renteria, Bobby Bonilla.
They were all solid players, but none
Jeff
of them
Conine.
outside of Sheffield were like superstars.
All right, Morgan.
Settle down. I'm going to put some respect to Gary Sheffield.
I was about to just award the debate to Nick based off you not giving him respect.
I mean, I guess I could argue Jim Leland should be there because he's won a World Series, and he's a great manager for multiple years. But, I mean, Rob Nen was their closer. He wasn't good. I mean, you look at all these guys. Al Leiter had a 4.34 ERA that year. Alex Fernandez with 3.59. Rob Nen had a 3.89 out of the bullpen, and he was 9-3. So he blew a lot of saves. He blew a couple saves in the playoffs. His offense just bailed him out.
Yeah, had to.
I mean, that's.
They went into September super slow,
super dead.
Yeah, like it wasn't good for them. Actually, I had a.
Oh, go ahead, Nick.
No, it's all right. You go.
I was going to ask if Nick wants to take the first jab across the table at Morgan.
Well, I'll say this about his World Series Marlins. They faced almost the worst team to make it to the World Series in history, other than the 2006 Cardinals, statistically. The Cardinals
made their second World Series in 3 years?
The Cleveland Indians, who they faced in the World Series, were 86-75. That's the second worst, statistically worst World Series team in history. The Cardinals went 83-78 record. So they weren't even facing a team that was that terrific.
A team that had Manny Ramirez on it?
They had to go to Game 7 against an 86-75 team.
Don't you patronize him, Morgan?
No, I'm just saying, Manny was on that team. Manny was a beast.
I mean, there was a couple people on that team. They had David Justice, Jim Thome.
Yeah, they had a really good team. They just...
But they're not a great team. And it took them 7 games to beat them. A lot of runs, too.
I mean, you could
game
argue
3 in that World
the
Series,
Marlins weren't that great
14-11.
of a team either. The Marlins won, 4 more games than them?
Yeah, it was 92-70.
So 6. They won 6 more games. How much of a difference is that? It's not like they were the Braves who won 101 games.
Oh, no. Trust me. If you win the division by 3 games, a la, the 04 Yankees beating the 04 Red Sox by 3 games, the Red Sox are just, a complete team full of underdogs with their 98 wins. Per, the other episode 2 weeks ago. Am I still salty about that, everybody? Yes, I am. I won that argument fair and square.
I just think overall the 2003 Marlins is a better story. They started off the season, like I said, super bad, 16-22, and were able to come back. They were the second team in MLB history to win a World Series after being 10 plus games below 500 at any point in the season.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And to top it all off, because I compared how Morgan's just faced not a terrific team in the World Series, the payroll for the Yankees and the Marlins that year. The Yankees had a payroll of $164 million. The Marlins had 54.
It was $110 million difference.
We're talking about a David Goliath situation.
I mean, yeah, there's that. But why their payroll was that low? Is because the 97 team, they traded almost everybody off that team and got all these prospects.
It was a fire sale.
For this 2003 team.
It was a fire sale.
People they got off the 97 deals, Derek Lee, AJ Burnett, Brandon Looper, Mike Lowell, Josh Beckett, Juan Pierre. All guys that came out of that 97 fire sale.
Mm.
And to say their run was more impressive, they ruined potentially one of the greatest World Series matchups that everybody wanted to see that year.
And what was that, Morgan?
Everybody was rooting for Cubs Red Sox that year. Nobody wanted the Marlins and the Yankees.
Let's bring them up. Let's bring up the gentleman in Wrigley Field down that left field line. Speaking of a gentleman that was on the 97 Marlins team, Moises Alou goes for a ball into the stands, and a gentleman by the name of Steve Bartman, wearing his headphones, reaches for the ball, and Moises Alou is not able to make a catch.
Oh, it was clean. It was clean. No interference.
Look at Morgan's face.
Morgan, you can't be that upset about it. They got one eventually.
It's true. In your lifetime. I mean, dude, think about all those Cubs fans that went their entire life without a World Series.
A lot of them. Yeah, but they went through that Cubs team who had notorious choker as a manager, Dusty Baker, who blew the previous year's World Series with the Giants.
Doesn't he have a World Series ring, though?
Fuck, who cares? He still chokes. He choked in 02 for Barry. He choked in 03 for the Cubs.
Oh, man, I love it.
But, I mean, yeah, they were fortunate to get there. That Bartman play doesn't happen. The Cubs win that game. Series over. Cubs in the World Series. Simple as
The
that.
Cubs lose to the Yankees.
Marlins wouldn't be there. But to say they're the thing is, everybody remembers the NLCS more than they remember that World Series.
That's not true.
I think it's very
I
true.
think that's incorrect.
Both LCS of that season teams remember more.
I disagree.
There were great moments in that World Series.
A quote from Joe Buck, trying to win it all again. Posada, slow roller right side. Beckett picks it up. Tad's Posada, and the Florida Marlins are world champions. The Marlins have stunned the Yankees, shocked New York, and it's a probable team and probable ride. They end up winning in 6 games over the Yankees. That World Series was not supposed to happen.
It was an incredible upset. And to go back to our previous episode, just to piggyback off of Matt, is it better to win as the villain? Yankee Stadium was dead silent when the Marlins won that game. Joe Torre actually also potentially was going to be, I think it was his last year with them. Mm-hmm. And they just, the footage of Joe Torre leaving the dugout with Don Zimmer, who I'm assuming just wasn't able to get up physically, still sitting there and just staring at the field in disbelief.
He's still implanted in the ground at Fenway.
And to talk about Josh Beckett and how that World Series isn't that memorable, he pitched a complete game shutout in the final game of the World Series.
But here's the thing. Is it more memorable than the 97 World Series? Because as Morgan said, a walk-off in a Game 7, I was 5 and I still have seen the highlight of Edgar Renteria taking the ball right up the middle. Down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
I think both these.
All three's got iconic moments too. Game 4.
But there's nothing more iconic than walking off the World Series. You think about
there isn't. But think about the 2004 Red Sox. What's the most iconic moment of that besides Kurt Schilling? It's David Ortiz walking off to bring them back into the games. And in Game 4, when they're trailing 2-1, tied in the bottom of the 9th, 3-3. You know what I mean? That was a walk off right there.
Yeah, but I mean, the greatest words in sports, in any sport, is Game 7.
You have no right to say that after you not giving me that debate.
I mean, I figured I was going to lose this debate no matter what I did. So,
well, no, you know what, Morgan? No, I play it clean.
Might be safe.
I play it clean. Okay.
Play it clean.
I think you might be safe, Morgan, considering that Matt feels as though he got snubbed last time.
Yeah, I mean, who knows though? He snubbed me, and you just happened to go against me. I don't know who I'm going to pick.
I mean,
I just think that the 03 Marlins team was dominant. Even Juan Pierre led the league in stolen bases, 69 stolen bases, I think, or 65.
Nice.
It's just they were an absolutely dominant team. You stack the two of them up together, both three's beaten.
Yeah. So here's a question: in a 7-game series, who do you think wins, 97 or 03?
03.
Probably 03.
They're just better, and the team they beat in the World Series, when you're coming up with the best of the best. Look at the people that were on that Yankees team. Jeter, Soriano, Bernie Williams, Hideki Matsui, Raul Mondesi, Boone, their pitchers, Clemens, Mussina, Pettit, Mariano Rivera, David Wells, who they shut out in their first game. Couldn't do anything with them. That team was good.
The Yankees team was very good.
They would fuck Morgan's Marlins up.
I thought you were just going to leave it as they would fuck and not say anything. And just end it right there. That would have been incredible. Yeah. So Morgan is what's you got another jab to throw? You got something else? I know you got stuff.
I mean, so
all right, Morgan's mic has cut out right when he needs to be talking, so that's always good. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna play some music as Morgan is able to finally purchase a new laptop that we can hear him all the time on. Are you back now?
yes.
All right, go ahead.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Nick mentioned their payroll for the Marlins in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
The Marlins in 97 was 47 mil.
That's crazy.
They also came back twice in that series because they scored 7 runs in the 9th inning in Game 3 to come back and win 14-11.
Wow.
They were down 11-7 going to the 9th, and they put up 7.
Pretty impressive.
What was the Indians' payroll?
I didn't look it up. Who cares about the Indians? They had Manny.
I care. I do.
We care about these numbers, Morgan. It's also one of the only times in a World Series that the team that outscored the other team lost the World Series.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yankees outscored them 21-17, and they still lost.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
They were just good. They were just that good.
They were a better team.
That's what we're debating.
But if they had the manager who won Manager of the Year to start the season, they don't start that way, and they probably start harder, and they probably win closer to 100 games.
Well, what does Matt say? You play who's in front of you, deal with what you have to deal with.
First off, fuck you for taking my quotes. Second off, that is correct. That is what.
And the coaching was great that year. In Game 6, he started Josh Beckett only on 3 days rest instead of Mark Redmond, which was absolutely ill-advised, and it ended up making him look like a genius because Josh Beckett threw a complete game shutout.
I mean, at that point, man, you got to go with your horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Levon did the same thing in Game 5. He went 8 innings, 7 hits, 8 walks, and they let him throw 142 pitches, and they still won the game.
That's pretty impressive.
He rode his horse, even though he gave up 6 runs. He still rode him.
You're not coming out of this game, pal.
Because you know why? They couldn't trust that bullpen to shut anything down.
No.
That bullpen was horrendous.
Just as bad as the Red Sox bullpen this year. But we'll talk about that.
Christ, dude.
But cool side note, Kevin Brown threw a no-hitter that year for San Francisco.
Very cool.
Very cool side note.
Very, very cool. All right, well, we're kind of winding down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I'm trying to think a way to word this. So the 97 team, obviously, they fire sold after, and then ended up getting, prospects get into the 03 series. Why do you think they weren't able to repeat the process with the 03 team?
I got a simple word. Dave Dombrowski was gone. Dave Dombrowski was the GM for the Marlins in 97 who assembled that team.
Okay.
That's my simple argument for that.
Fair enough.
And I think, the Marlins didn't have a guy who hit over 300 average that year, and they didn't have a guy hit over 25 home runs that year.
In 03?
No, 97.
I was going to say, in 03, all of them batted over 250.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think obviously the 03 team is more impressive, but the 97 team, just what an improbable World Series win.
Yeah, it's improbable versus David Goliath kind of thing.
That was what I said with mine. Just the fact that the 03 team was 10 games below 500 at one point and still managed to come back and beat the heavily, heavily, heavily favored New York Yankees in the World Series. when the New York Yankees were at the peak of their powers.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at those guys. Derek Lee went on to have a solid career. Juan Pierre is a solid career guy. Mike Lowell went on to do some great stuff. Miggy, we talked about him earlier.
Other than Miguel Cabrera, though, I mean,
Josh Beckett went to the Red Sox and was dominant also.
Is there a single World Hall of Famer on your Marlins?
No.
I mean, I think that kind of helps Morgan's argument, though. I think it's more impressive.
Are we going off of what season was more impressive or who was better?
It's combo, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, and
it's the moderator's discretion. You're here to please me. All right.
I mean, I'm looking at the ages of your key players, and outside of Hudge, nobody's over the age of 28. They're all young.
Going up against the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
With a humongous payroll.
Just ask Luis Gonzalez in 01.
Fuck up about Luis Gonzalez.
Listen, you brought up Bartman. I'm bringing up Luis Gonzalez.
Another World Series walk-off.
But
yeah.
All right, well, you guys want to put a bow on this and I can decide a winner?
Sure. I mean,
it's no contest.
I mean, like I said, they started the playoffs how they ended the playoffs on walk-offs. Game 1, Game 2 of the NLDS for the Giants, walk-offs. Game 7 of the World Series. Edgar Rennery, one of the most iconic photos you're ever going to see out there of him just jumping up and down, celebrating a team who had been a team in Major League Baseball for 4 seasons, and they went on to win a World Series. In 4 years, they figured that out. And to walk off a Game 7, I can't imagine anything better.
It's pretty impressive. Any final words, Nick?
I don't know. They beat the fucking Indians. I don't care.
It's going to be the quote of this episode. I don't know. They beat the fucking Indians. I don't care.
Congratulations. You beat a bad team.
With all the
7 games.
Nostalgia for that 97 team and helping the run for the 03 team, 03 team was just better. For the argument, I think Nick really harped on, the 03 team just being a better overall team. Morgan went with kind of walk-offs, and it pains me to do this to Gary Sheffield, but I have to award the 03 Marlins team the victory in this incident for the sole fact of Steve Bartman getting them to the World Series.
Doesn't that help my case? Okay.
Morgan's like, I'm disgusted. I would like to have an appeal of this
mistrial.
You know what's fucked up? I'm wearing the 97 hat.
I mean, the patch looks better than the 03 one. What can we say? What can we say? Well, we're going to dive right into the weekly wrap-up. Let's stick with the baseball topic. Shohei Ohtani has officially hit over his 40-plus home runs. Morgan and I had him at the over for 50 home runs. We'll see if he's able to get there. He's got, a month and a week left, right?
What do we got, about 30-ish games left?
Ish, yeah. So 10 and 30, it's possible.
It's possible.
But, yeah, let's just talk about how impressive he's been. Even on the mound, too. I think, since July 1st, his ERA is under a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And
he threw 8 innings the other night and hit a home run.
Yeah.
He's been throwing some steam.
Yeah, his WAR is over 7, which is over 2.0, to the closest player in WAR behind him.
It's insane.
He's the best player in baseball right now.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure I said that our first episode.
Yeah. It wasn't hard to predict.
I mean, you want to though?
There's nothing this man. I just was watching the game earlier. He stole his 19th base. He can run too.
Morgan did put it on the line though by saying he's the best player in baseball, and I do commend that because you know what, someone pitching and hitting for an entire season, let alone, is something that we did not expect to happen.
And he plays every day.
Yeah, he's an impressive specimen,
and he's also just
also, let's.
Did you see the video today of him at the Little League World Series?
Just ignoring the older people, just signing kids' autographs. Incredible.
Hilarious.
That was awesome,
bro. Old guys that go for autographs are so cringy to me.
They're going for the money.
Weird.
Yeah, it's they're going for the money. And
at least be smart about it and send a kid up.
Yeah,
my father used to do that to me. send me up with a jersey to go get an autograph.
Smart man, Ken.
Speaking of old guys, Ohtani, did you see that wicked, horrible broadcast when he hit his?
Yeah.
Yikes!
It's like a
racist, Colin.
basically like essentially like a Chow accent.
Yeah, it was really weird. And Ohtani was like, "Yeah, I saw that."
Yeah.
Super weird.
Yeah, it's super cringe.
Like, what is wrong with you?
People just can't help themselves, man.
No.
Stephen A. Smith.
Bro, Stephen A. Smith.
I just saw Max Kellerman's leaving first take too.
Good.
Really?
Yeah. It's gonna be Stephen A. going against like random people they assign that day.
Oh my god. Bro, get Stephen A. Smith out of here.
Yeah, get him the fuck out, dude. Are you kidding me?
Guy stinks.
I don't like him.
Speaking of stinking, the Red Sox fucking blow.
Bro.
I would like to say to both of you guys were right. I was wrong. You guys are much better looking than me. You guys are better at predicting than me. I don't know baseball.
Morgan, Matt, Morgan, what did I tell you the episode when we made our predictions? Do not use your heart. The Red Sox were never going to get there.
They always fold in the second half.
It's not even that they folded, dude. It's almost like they intentionally stopped trying.
Well, like, yeah, they're like...
One of the team's just not that good.
Management did nothing. Management did nothing at the deadline. They needed pitching, and they got no pitching. Friggin' Erod fucking blows, dude. That guy stinks.
Who the game we went to in what? Fucking 1 for 5.
He walked.
He
went 0 for 4 or 0 for 3. But yeah, Fenway was fun though.
It's not Schwarber's fault.
Fenway was a good time.
It was a good time. Nothing like being at the Fen.
Brother, they fucking blow.
It's not Wrigley.
I think it was around the 3rd inning, and I was like, dude, we're gonna see an 8-1 game with not a single home run.
We got a 10-1 game, not a single home run.
Not even a home run to lift your spirits. Like,
Nick's rookie of the year pick.
Adolis Garcia
is fucking massive in person.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
8.5 or hog minimum.
I was sitting there, and we're gonna talk about this on the podcast. I literally leaned over to Nick. I was like, that dude's gotta have the biggest dick on the planet because he is fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of my rookie of the year picks are gonna come to fruition.
I think so too. You got the kid with the Reds, right?
Yeah, Jonathan India and Adolis Garcia, and I'm pretty sure my AL Cy Young is gonna get picked too. Lance Lynn.
Yeah,
he's looking solid.
Yeah, you guys are looking great. And by the way, when I was saying that, you guys are better than me, essentially, I was waiting for one of you to say, "I'm glad you finally admitted it," like Happy Gilmore. I was setting you guys up.
I think everybody knew. I
think you needed to admit it to yourself more than to us.
Yeah, whatever. Fair enough. Well, Morgan says Yankees are winning the World Series. Morgan, would you like to elaborate on that?
I mean, they're fucking hot as shit. They're, I think, 11-1 with Rizzo in the lineup.
You still think they're better than the Astros?
So, for reasons I stated earlier, Dusty Baker's their manager. They are going to choke. I can tell you right now, Dusty Baker will find a way to lose them that series.
All of the trash cans in the world couldn't help them.
Not Dusty Baker.
All the trash cans in the world.
I think Garrett Cole's locked in. They're starting to hit. Luke Voigt is tearing it up.
Do you think we're going to see a Yankees-Red Sox wildcard game?
No, because the Red Sox aren't making the playoffs.
It's probably going to be Oakland, right? You think so?
Pain.
No, Angels are still going to come out.
Oh, my God.
You are on fucking meth.
Moving on to the next subject.
Listen, Nick's predictions based off the standings right now are in last.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Off current standings right now, you're in last.
Eat shit.
I've got to be in first.
You're not.
Chris Davis.
My NL picks are pretty solid.
Chris
Your
Davis.
NL picks have like 3 teams missing.
I don't know.
All right, guys. Is this pissing contest over?
Never.
Oh, are you guys sitting here talking about who's going to be the next hot shot baseball analyst?
2 guys are dead.
2 good men are dead. What's going on over here?
What do we got next?
Chris
Davis retiring, getting paid until 2037.
It's crazy. Another Bobby Bonilla deal. Not as good.
Gotta love it.
They're pretty impressive.
Chris Davis, man, what a fall from grace.
For real.
Hit well for like 3 seasons and got paid, and now he's getting paid for another 16 years.
Yeah, it's about the amount of time it took to hit a fucking baseball in between each other.
Right.
Remember when that guy, dude? They were having televised broadcasts pop up on different channels. Like Barry Bonds was about to break the home run record whenever this guy came up to get a hit. Like, is he gonna get a hit?
He was like 0 for 50 something at one point.
It was the longest non-hit streak in history,
which is absurd.
That's crazy.
And the crazier thing is when you look at charts, he was crushing the ball.
Yeah, he was
just getting picked up. Like,
yeah,
that was it. He was hitting really well.
That's how baseball goes, man.
I mean, he played for the Orioles, and they're garbage.
The Snorioles.
Yeah,
they lost their 18th straight today.
Yikes.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
good.
they're bad. They make you feel good about the Cubs.
Like
we could at least we're not the Orioles.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Red Sox swept the Orioles, and I was like, all right, good, a nice little get right series, and then right back to losing to the fucking 35 game under 500 Texas Rangers.
I mean, Chris Sale came back and fucking people rejoiced as if he fucking starts every game. You still have the rest of your rotation.
You got 4 of the games.
It's fucking garbage.
I'm done with baseball for tonight. Let's go on to the next subject. Mike McCarthy sucks as a coach. Morgan, thoughts?
I mean, I've been saying he sucks. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre made him as a coach. He is one of the most overrated and overblown coaches there has ever been and ever will be. The man cannot coach anything. He's trying to motivate his players with Super Bowl-like speeches for a preseason game. The man can't motivate anybody. He's boring. He's got to smash watermelons to motivate his team. Smash a fucking watermelon?
Gallagher.
Come on.
He's Gallagher, man.
Oh my God. He needs to be fired before even kickoff. Like he's garbage.
I'm telling you guys, man, Sean Payton to Dallas next year. I can feel it.
Literally, you could bring anybody. Patricia's a better coach than him.
Bro, Dak Prescott, there's
he's
something there.
Playing.
Yeah,
I told you, I don't think he's gonna play.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that would suck.
The Cowgirls are gonna stink this year.
No change there.
No change. John Gruden is disgusted by a fight in a joint practice with the Los Angeles Rams, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of players got into it, so Gruden decided to end practice. I think that's just guys being dudes.
It happens in a lot of joint practices. It's a common thing. It's just
it's hot out. You don't want to be there. You're going against somebody like over and over again. You know?
Yeah. And for Gruden to not like it. Gruden is on the hot seat. I'll say it right now.
You think so?
I think he's got a year or 2 left to produce anything. And by that, I mean he's got to win the division.
He's not winning that AFC West anytime soon.
Well, that's what they brought in Gruden for, to figure out Mahomes, and he's not going to do it. I think he's going to be out. I think he'll resign after this year.
There's no way that you can figure out how to defend a wizard. And then Herbert is almost just as talented. Like what is he supposed to do? Speaking of Herbert, my comeback player of the year, Derwin James, looked pretty good in practice with a nice little pick 6.
Nice.
Even I got LeBron James tweeting about him, but we'll talk about LeBron later. That
because his last name is James.
Correct.
Is really just what it is.
Yes. LeBron James been using those Twitter fingers recently, but we'll get to LeBron.
He needs to go 0 dark 30 mode.
NFL preseason is in full swing. It looks like we got some QB controversies in Chicago and New England. Mac Jones looked pretty good the other night. Pretty solid. I think he was 11 for 19 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean he good.
Threw for 149, sharp, accurate, getting the ball out. And then Chicago, Justin Fields seems to be the real deal, even though he took an absolute shot to the head.
You can't take that shot in preseason. You just can't.
Do you think there's any chance Bill Belichick doesn't start Cam Newton against Tom Brady in Game 4?
I think there's like a 2% chance Mac Jones will start that game. And if Cam is healthy, there's a 0% chance that Mac Jones starts that game.
Cam never got a fair shot last year. Cam deserves a fair shot with actual talent around him.
I agree.
And the Bears announced Andy Dalton as a starter, so yay me. That's good news for me.
Another division sewed up for the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, even if Fields plays, it don't matter. The Bears, we're still better than the Bears.
That doesn't matter.
They haven't beat us in years. I ain't worried about it.
Fair. Injuries starting to pile up in preseason. And folks, take this as a heat of advice. This is why you never do a fantasy draft until Labor Day weekend. Your fantasy league does a draft before Labor Day weekend. You're wrong. It's incorrect. It's not what you do. You wait till Labor Day weekend. So you know all the preseason injuries. Speaking of that, we will be in a fantasy football league this year with Lux Savage, who streams over on Twitter, and a couple of his buddies. So the shit talking will be at an all-time level high. I'm going to fucking annihilate you both. What?
New feature on Twitter, you can stream.
Yeah, new feature on Twitter. I can stream. Well, I'm definitely going to do a Twitch stream with it.
It's going to be my first time doing any fantasy sport.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Here's what you do. You take a kicker in the first round and take a defense in the second round.
I was going to take all kickers, to be honest.
Well, I mean, that's a winning strategy. That'll pay off.
Nick is the taco of our league.
I believe he won one year.
He did.
He did.
I'm just waiting for Nick to be like, with my third pick, I will take Chad Ochocinco.
No.
Oh man,
you guys are gonna see me. You guys are gonna see me in the next episodes reading Fantasy Football Quarterly, just sitting off here on the sides.
Yeah, I don't think nobody notable has gotten hurt really though.
Yeah, I don't think so, not yet, but it'll happen.
Yeah, there's always one or two.
Yeah, well,
that's the reason why Green Bay didn't dress 34 players.
Smart.
Speaking of Green Bay dressing, how about those uniforms?
I love them.
I like the old school uniforms. They look good. Oh my God. Who'd you buy?
Take a guess.
Devontae?
Nope.
Aaron Rodgers?
Nope. I have a Rodgers.
Aaron Jones?
0 for 3.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
I have one of those too.
Bakhtiari?
Nope. 0 for 4.
Alexander?
There you go. Took you
Jair.
forever.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. I also got a hat too. But
oh my God. This dickhead goes and gets another Packers jersey, but can't get a laptop that can run a friggin' Zoom call for an hour and a half.
Priorities. I got all the throwbacks. I gotta have the throwback.
Fucking Christ.
They will be there, Morgan. They're not going anywhere.
True.
Bakhtiari already sold out.
Moving to some somber news, Greg Knapp, New York Jets coach, he was the passing game coordinator, died in a bike accident. Apparently got hit by a car.
Freak accident.
Crazy sad.
Nuts.
Unbelievable. Guy just going out for a bike ride.
Where was it? In New York?
I'm going to assume in New York.
Yeah, they're crazy drivers there.
Yeah, New York or New Jersey, because that's where the stadium's at. But just sad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It is. Some boxing news. Let's try to get the sad news out of the way on this podcast. Manny Pacquiao loses. Says 60% chance he's going to retire.
I think he's going to retire.
Should be like 100% chance. That dude is old.
Yeah, he did not look good.
He did land a nice punch, though.
He did, but then that dude just like the last few rounds just teed him up.
Yeah.
I saw his face after the fight. That's all I needed to see.
Yeah, that dude's got to seriously consider his future.
Yeah. Like, dude, like, you're young enough where, like, you're still going to have, hopefully, another, like, 30 years of life. Like, figure it out, man.
Still be humanitarian self that you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of that. Just go do that.
Exactly. Morgan sent this to Nick and I. That spinning back kick, crazy KO in the UFC.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Do you want to take a shot at pronouncing his name?
Nope. Do you?
Yeah. Ignacio Bahamondes. he spinning back kick. He had landed his body a couple times before that and come out of a clinch with about 7 seconds left in the round and spinning back kick knocks the dude flat out cold.
It was crazy.
You gotta love a great knockout.
Like a walk-off knockout too is so sick.
I mean, it wasn't Sugar Sean, but it was pretty close.
Bro,
Sugar
that is
Sean.
Sugar Sean is Carlton's favorite fighter.
Why?
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He hates
Carlton
him.
hates him.
It looks like a sour
Speaking
patch
of which,
kid.
should we tell the people about his fight?
Yeah, fight got pushed. The gentleman had to pull out of the fight, so Carlton did not fight this past weekend. So that's why there's no Carlton Charles interview on the podcast tonight. But I believe he does have some stuff in the works. I don't know if it's official yet, so I'm not going to blow up his spot on here. But hopefully it'll pan out. We'll be going to a fight this fall. It's the most information I can give out. As we get closer, we'll talk about it more, and we'll probably get some tickets and go watch him hopefully win.
Yeah, I have faith.
I always have faith. So before we get to LeBron James in the NBA, I got one more subject left. Morgan was talking about this, that the Pac-12, the ACC, and the Big Ten have formed an alliance.
Yeah.
So apparently we don't know what it means. Could be scheduling, could be forming an alliance so teams don't go to the SEC, which is essentially just trying to become the minor league football system by like taking in Texas and Oklahoma. So I think it's interesting. I don't know why teams in the Big Ten and the ACC in particular would like agree to that, like at Clemson. You know what I mean? It's like, why wouldn't you just go be part of the?
I mean, they probably got overruled by majority, but
just leave. Like Texas and Oklahoma just said, "Fuck it, we're leaving."
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a lot of just like scheduling stuff that they want to get done, so games are more rated and better TV deals they can get.
Yeah,
because
they got to get Pac-12 teams way more time on the East Coast, to be honest with you, because ever since
have their games start at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, I was just gonna say, ever since USC went away, I feel like they don't get like any like national broadcast games.
Like they had Oregon every now and then, but
yeah. Or I was gonna say they had Oregon for a little bit, but
UCLA and USC are the only two real draws in the Pac-12.
So we'll see. I'll be interested to see how that goes. So now down to the drama queen himself. LeBron James was not voted the best player in the league by any GM. And God damn it, this man has not shut up on Twitter. Hashtag Wash King. I'm going to start doing that when people just like say something to me. Whenever I'm like streaming Warzone and I get killed, I'm going to be like, these people don't believe in me. Hashtag Wash King.
Do you think he's justified in thinking that?
No. He's the third best player in the NBA.
Which is fine, dude. Like, you're 37. Like,
behind Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
What? You just watched Giannis do what he did. He's fifth?
Yeah.
Who do you have ahead of him?
Luka.
Any basketball take you ever have that does not have Giannis as a top two player is simply incorrect.
I can't believe this.
You're worse than LeBron right now.
You think Steph Curry is better than Giannis?
Yeah.
This fucking podcast is over.
I thought Nick was about to get up and just walk out of the room.
This will be the last episode of the State of Sports podcast. I can't deal with this anymore. It's gone too far.
You're welcome. I just took the heat off LeBron.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? What more does Giannis have to do?
Everything you said you disliked about his game in that last game, he fixed.
Did he?
He went 16 for 18 from the line. He scored 50 fucking points. He literally did what LeBron James can do every time, just took the ball down the court and just scored every time.
For the first time, he did that.
And they won. He won. What is your problem, dude?
Game.
He's only had one postseason run. I don't know. Let me see it again.
Lucas had zero, and you have him over Giannis.
Yep. I trust Luka more than I trust Giannis.
Bro, I'm gonna start calling you fucking Skip.
Skip Sawyer.
Skip. Morgan Bayless.
Just calling it as I see it.
Well, let's talk about NBA player ratings, 2K ratings.
You don't want to go back to LeBron?
No. I want to end this podcast as quickly as possible because you're ridiculous. It's the
Wow.
dumbest fucking take I've ever heard you have. And I've heard some pretty bad ones.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Not as much as LeBron's whiny ass.
Dude, I just don't like get like what your whole angle is, LeBron. Like, are you trying to motivate yourself? Like,
I think he just likes to
Be a
stir up
drama queen.
shit.
yeah, he's
He's a
it's
diva.
stupid. Yeah.
They all are. They're all divas.
Besides Giannis, Giannis is, just an absolute, impeccable human
No,
being.
you know who's not a diva? Steph Curry.
You don't think Giannis is a diva?
Are you?
He ordered a 50-piece McNugget. You don't think you could picture Mariah Carey ordering 50-piece McNuggets? I can.
Yeah. And by the way, he just said Steph Curry's not a diva. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Bro, you have the worst takes.
Steph Curry is a diva, dude.
Nope.
He threw his
He
mouth
went
guard at somebody because he was mad.
Yeah, he threw a hissy fit on a basketball court.
He has
on
his wife.
the
He has
court.
his wife.
not
his
on Twitter. He don't ask you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. He's like, yo, tweet out that it was rigged.
Bro, Steph Curry's the type of dude that if he were to ever get in a fight, his girlfriend would step up and start arguing for him.
Honestly, I'd be more afraid of her than him in a fight.
Oh, 100%.
Not even gonna go there.
It's just I can't believe
I
think that.
I just I don't understand how you don't think Giannis is like a top 3 player in the NBA. I just don't get it.
I don't.
It's
so incorrect.
Your top 3 is KD, Steph Curry, and Luka.
No, LeBron, and then Luka, and then Giannis.
You want to know what? I really hope.
you.
You know what? This goes against everything in my body. What I really want. But what I hope happens this year is James Harden literally averages like 40 points and like wins an MVP and an NBA title because I know you hate James Harden. I would love that.
Okay. I don't understand what it has to do with anything in this argument.
Because I just want people to start winning that you hate.
He wants to see you hurt.
I've been hurt enough with my teams. I've had my enough share of hurt.
You got a championship with the Cubs.
Bro, you got 1 with the Cubs, you have 5 with Kobe, and you got 1 with the Packers. Shut up.
Spoiled.
Kobe's dead.
It's the way you said it. Kobe's dead.
You sounded like something Michael Scott would say in the
Wasn't
office.
playing anymore.
Oh my God.
He hasn't been a part of the Lakers anyway.
He's always a part of the Lakers. He's got 2 jerseys and 5 banners hanging in there.
Well, we all know why he's got that second one.
Man, we're never gonna get to interview anybody.
Well, this
You got to come in here unfiltered.
this episode took a turn.
You got to leave your morals at the door sometimes. Kids.
Should I just cut the last few minutes of this?
No, let's keep it rolling. Let's
All
see
right,
what
let's
else
keep
we,
it-
let's
let's-
see
you know,
what else we do here.
Let's see what else we can pull out. 2K ratings. I know Morgan is hopeful for the Knicks 2K being good. I believe we have Giannis, Kevin Durant, LeBron James all at a 96, and Steph at 96 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So no clear-cut best player in the NBA.
That's pretty clear.
How's it clear?
It's Kevin Durant.
They're all the same rating, bro.
I don't care about 2K ratings. Nobody's ever a 99 in that game.
Your creative player is.
Yeah, and they do that so they can release the 99 My Team cards.
Yeah, it's a
They're not
sick
going to
move.
put normal players at 99.
I mean, 96 is just the 99 without the cards.
99 is 99. That's how numbers work.
How do you feel about the ratings, Morgan?
They're dumb. And I swear to God, if I keep seeing Ronnie 2K post, oh, is this right or is this wrong? I'm going to go and stab him in real life. I'm so sick of Ronnie 2K. He's so annoying. He's bad at his job. I just...
Man just goes, I'm going to stab him in real life.
I'm going to stab you for real.
They got the WNBA. Did they have that last year? They had it last year too, right? Their ratings are like pretty high too. They're like 95, 96.
No, I'm not going to say that.
I think is it a Kawhi Leonard and who's the chick? They have the exact same rating.
Aisha Wilson would be that.
Yeah,
right?
probably. I think it might be Brianna Stewart's as well.
I think they're both like a 95.
Well, I could always just, I could stop the recording now. We could start over again, guys. We don't have to put any of this out there on the airwaves.
We didn't say anything bad. Like, are they gonna let you play men and women in like the city this time?
I don't know. That's something I'm interested about.
Because that's what I was getting at. Though was the ratings being similar. Are they gonna be like in the game? You could it won't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just play them both in the city.
Morgan's got so much to say right now. I just want to know what's on his brain.
I don't think, like, who cares? That would be cool in the city.
I think so too.
Just have everybody in there. Why not?
I agree. I think that'd be pretty cool.
2K is not that smart.
Fair.
I mean,
you got a guy like Ronnie 2K being your spokesperson. Can't be that smart.
the hell with it.
Fair. Do you guys got anything else to add before we get out of here? And this last episode of the podcast.
Nope. Red Sox stink. They're never gonna win again.
I think you're probably right on that.
The game was postponed today.
Sorry, you'll just switch back to the Yankees when come playoff time.
That's not gonna happen. Why? So I can cheer for Garrett Cole?
Fried his ass.
Yuck.
Got him.
Got him. That's all right. I can't say much. Whatever team LeBron James goes to, I'll root for. So. Hashtag Wash King.
Washed King. Now he's going to come back next year fired up, being like, they thought it was over.
100%. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it after like his first like 40-point game this year, where he's like, they thought my career was done.
He's going to have that thing that Tom Brady went through a couple of years where he's like, oh, they thought we couldn't do it.
But he's not as funny as Tom. Like, I don't like Tom, but he is funny.
Tom's great.
Tom's cool. I like him much more now on the Buccaneers than I did in the Patriots.
You know what? Yeah. Tom Brady could do that.
He could.
This is the American dream right here. A quarterback goes and saves the entire universe. You know what?
That's the American fantasy.
That's the American fantasy. Tom Brady could do that.
Tom Brady could do that.
Honestly, we were just talking about it over the weekend. If they ever rebooted Flash Gordon with Tom Brady, it would make like $1 billion.
Oh, yeah. Quarterback. New England Patriots.
The slowest man in Europe. I'm pretty sure I can beat him in a foot race.
You think you beat Tom Brady in a foot race?
I've seen that 40. He's pretty slow.
You think you can beat Tom Brady in a 40? Huh? You think you could beat Tom Brady in a 40?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe you. That's
I can run sub 5. That's fine.
Guest star John Smith. He thinks he can beat Tom Brady in a 40, which I wholeheartedly agree with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't got anything else for the episode.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Any ideas for next week already, or are you just taking it by ear? I'll try to get a hold of Murph, actually. Murph, I'm going to call you out. I think Murph's scared to argue with me on here.
Are you going to call him out are you going to call it sort of Twitter beef?
No, he'll absolutely annihilate me. I can't rap.
All right, I'll give Murph the win right now. If that's
I said a Twitter beef, not a rap battle.
Yeah, shocker, Morgan. Rigged. I'm going to start calling you Tim as Tim Donahue because you're out here rigging these games.
And I'm gambling on the side, too, with myself.
Well, that's going to keep you out of the Hall of Fame.
Oh no, I'm out of the Baseball Hall of Fame, guys. Oh no.
I think the Hall of Famers that aren't in the Hall of Fame are probably better than the Hall of Famers that are in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, yeah. Look
Like
at the ones
it.
that aren't in there.
That should be an episode. We should take the 9 best players in the Hall of Fame and then the 9 best baseball players who aren't in the Hall of Fame for one game and see who would win.
That's, yeah,
That might be my best idea ever.
that might be a good one.
I mean, Barry Bonds is on one team and he's not on the other, so that team wins.
Bro, Barry Bonds is on one team and he has Roger Clemens as a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, can also put Sheffield out there.
Manny, Ortiz, like,
Fred McGriff.
Crime Dog.
Mike Piazza.
Like, oh. This got legs. Let's save this. Let's save these ideas.
Who was the ones that were just in the class this year that didn't make it? Besides Barry Bonds and like Roger Clemens, obviously.
Who cares?
McGuire?
Mark McGuire, Sosa. Is Kurt Schilling in the Hall of Fame?
No.
It's another one.
All right, this is where we're getting too far down this rabbit hole right now. I think that should be next week's episode.
That's got some good ones.
We'll go back to back with baseball. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Unless you can get a hold of Murph, maybe.
Yeah, I'll make Nick send out a tweet this week letting everybody know what this week's episode will be. But that is it for the SOS Pod, a.k.a. the State of Sports Podcast. Morgan. I hope everybody has a
What
great...
did I do this episode? I didn't do anything that bad.
The fact that you have to say it's not that bad.
Means that it is that bad.
Go, Pat, go.
I hope everybody has a great week. Hopefully we will see you next week on Monday. I ain't got nothing else. Red Sox suck. Later, guys.
Go Pack, go away.
Oh, boom. Easy.